Hello and welcome to the channel. Yesterday, former Senate President Anyim Pius Anyim and former PDP National Secretary Olisa Metu met with President Bola Tinubu at the presidential villa, and sources have hinted that the meeting was to convince the president to free the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu and Ike Ekweremadu, one-time Deputy Senate President. The latter is imprisoned in the UK, so not sure how that one is going to work out. Anyways, subscribe, like, share, and comment. Thank you. Pius Anyim, Olisa Metu's meeting with Tinubu was to discuss how to free Ekweremadu Nnamdi Kanu, presidency sources. The meeting between former Senate President Anyim Pius, Chief Olisa Metu, former National Publicity Secretary of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), and President Bola Tinubu on Wednesday was to discuss how two incarcerated prominent Igbo sons would regain their freedom, Sahara reporters has learnt. Presidency sources revealed to Sahara reporters that Anyim and Metu had a discussion with the president about how Ike Ekweremadu, former deputy Senate president who was convicted in the UK for an organ harvesting plot, and Nnamdi Kanu, the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, will be freed. The duo, who were very critical of the ruling All Progressives Congress APC in the build-up to the 2015 elections, arrived at the presidential villa before the 2 p.m. schedule for the meeting. Anyim, who is a former secretary to the government of the Federation (SGF), worked for the APC in Ebonyi State during the last general elections. Metu, in October 2022, announced his resignation from the People's Democratic Party (PDP) on partisan politics. In a letter dated October 25, 2022, and addressed to the party's national chairman, Metu stated that his decision to leave the party was taken in the course of his recent medical trip abroad. It was the first known visit of Metu to the seat of power since former President Goodluck Jonathan lost his re-election bid in 2015. Olisa Metu and Pius Anyim met Tinubu on Wednesday basically to discuss how to free Ekweremadu and Nnamdi Kanu, one of the presidential sources revealed to Sahara reporters. The sources noted that the duo understand that Ekweremadu's case is complex because he is in jail in the United Kingdom, but wants the president to commit to the cause nonetheless, believing he can help secure freedom for the former lawmaker as Nigeria's leader. Ekweremadu, 60, was in the first week of May jailed in the UK for 9 years and 8 months for an organ trafficking plot. His wife, Beatrice, 56, was also jailed for 4 years and 6 months due to her more limited involvement in the plot, as the court described Ekweremadu as the driving force throughout the process. A medical doctor, Obina Obeta, 56, also bagged 10 years after the judge found that he had targeted the potential donor, who was young, poor, and vulnerable. The prosecutor, Hugh Davis, KC, had said the 3 defendants were guilty of trafficking with the highest level of culpability. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and please turn the notification bell on. Thank you. In April, former President Olusegun Obasanjo pleaded with the Central Criminal Court, Old Bailey, London, to be magnanimous enough to temper justice with mercy ahead of the sentencing of Ekweremadu and Beatrice. Obasanjo, in a letter dated April 3rd, addressed to the chief clerk of the court, pleaded for clemency for Ekweremadu and Beatrice in the organ trafficking case. Meanwhile, Kanu has been in the custody of the Department of State Services (DSS) in Abuja since June 2021, despite court orders which granted his release and pleas from stakeholders to then-President Muhammadu Buhari and incumbent President Tinubu to release him. Meanwhile, in other news, in a bid to curb multiple taxation complained about by a cross-section of Nigeria and the business class, President Bola Tinubu has signed 4 executive orders, which includes the suspension of the 5% excise tax on telecommunication services, as well as the excise duties escalation on locally manufactured products. Some of the suspended taxes were issued through executive order by former President Muhammadu Buhari at the twilight of his administration. The special advisor to the president on special duties, communications and strategy, Dele Halake, disclosed this while briefing State House correspondents on Thursday at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. According to him, President Tinubu also signed the Finance Act Effective Date Variation Order 2023, which now defers the commencement date of the changes contained in the Act from May 23, 2023 to September 1, 2023. He explained that this is to ensure adherence to the 90 days minimum advance notice for tax changes as contained in the 2017 National Tax Policy. President Tinubu also signed the Customs Excise Tariff Variation Amendment Order 2023, shifting the commencement date of the tax changes from March 27, 2023 to August 1, 2023, and also in line with the National Tax Policy. Alake added that the president also ordered the suspension of the newly introduced green tax on single-use plastics, SUPs, including plastic containers and bottles. President Tinubu also ordered the suspension of import tax adjustment levy on certain vehicles. According to Halake, the president issued these orders to ameliorate the negative impacts of the tax adjustment on businesses and chokehold on households across affected sectors. He reiterated the president's commitment to reviewing complaints about multiple taxation, local and anti-business inhibitions. He assured that the Tinubu administration will continue to give requisite stimulus by way of friendly policies to allow businesses to flourish in the country. He said the president assured Nigerians that there will not be further tax raised without robust and wide consultations undertaken within the context of a coherent fiscal policy framework. He said, in closing, the president wishes to reiterate his commitment to reviewing complaints about multiple taxation and anti-business inhibitions. The federal government sees business owners, local and foreign investors as critical engines in its focus on achieving higher GDP growth and appreciable reduction in unemployment rates through job creation. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.